Tekken time? Hello and welcome to another figure review. Today I'm going to have a look at the Storm Collectibles Tekken 7 Heihachi Mishima. Yes, it's finally time, the first one of the Tekken line by Storm Collectibles. I mean, Storm has been killing it with fighting games. We had Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, and now the first entrance in the Tekken series. We have very nice artwork actually of Heihachi on a horse. Wow, that looks powerful. Why doesn't he have this outfit on? And where's my horse? I want a horse now. But enough of the box, this regular Heihachi. Enough of the box. Let's have a look what's inside of it. Holy balls, this guy's bulky. But first I want to have a look at the size real quick. He stands at about 18 centimeters to the top of his bald head, which means a little over 7 inches. And if you're really going to the tippy top of his hair, that's almost 19 and a half centimeters, so a little over 7.5 inches tall. And as I've said, he is a bulky bastard. I mean, taking him out of the packaging, he really looks a lot bigger than Ryu and whatnot. I have Akuma on the side over here. I want to have a comparison later, because Akuma was so far the biggest of the Street Fighter guys, bar Zangief, but Zangief is a whole entire league. Another thing that caught my eye is how he has no neck. It's really just his head and then the shoulders, and that's it. And that's accurate. At first it looked really wonky, but I looked up some pictures and that's actually, he's too muscly. There's too much muscle. There's not room for neck, guys. The face sculpt looks fantastic. I especially dig the paint job they did in the hair. A little like the dark gray with just a little tiny brush of white going over it. It's very distinctive, and the mold itself already looks good, but it's just made tenfold better with the paint job. I think that really makes it pop, that really makes it unique. And the face sculpt, it's great. Look at this angry face, the big nose, you have all the wrinkles in the forehead, wrinkles around the eyes, and a detailed chin. But the detail doesn't stop there. Also the paint job, it just goes all throughout his gi. First of all, it is textured in a nice look, so it really looks like cloth. And as you can tell, you have the black going over into some white spots here and there. I mean, the entire package is just so good looking. The one thing I am not so keen on is a tire. It looks kind of washed, but you know, that might be just a thing of keeping it authentic, keeping it as it is in the game. I mean, he is battle tested. This should look worn, so I'm okay with it. All right, and we have some more detail in the belt over here. The belt itself, once again, it is completely textured. And we have some taped ankles, the big feet, the taped wristbands. Those are completely soft plastic and movable. They're not attached anywhere. I think you could take them off if you want to. Let me try that out, actually. Yeah, there you go. If you don't want that, you can have it, or you can have your Heihachi without the wristbands. And it's really like a lot of options over here. You have the big scar also on the chest, which you don't even see, but since his entire outfit is soft plastic, you could technically take it off. I'm not gonna try around with it. I don't want to break anything, but if you want to, I believe you just pack the belt out over here, take the belt off, and then the entire gi comes apart, so you can have, you know, a topless Heihachi, because there's all this detail in the body mold. They have the veins going on, and there's a lot going into it, so I wouldn't even mind if you just didn't care about the gi and just want the muscly goodness. Okay, I'm gonna have Akuma in here for this one. This is one of the good things about Storm Collectibles. They're both big guys, so they could have just recycled the big muscles of Akuma, but as you can tell, it is different. The entire tricep, bicep, and whatnot, I don't even know what all these muscles are called, but as you can tell, it is completely different. And I mean, that's all you look at, all the detail going on with this guy. Now for the articulation, it is the Storm Collectibles standard, but that's not a bad thing. For the neck articulation, I do believe you have the head on a ball pack, so you can rotate that around. And as I said, he doesn't have a lot of neck, but he still gets some good motion on it. So it rotates, it goes around all the way, and you can rotate it around a little bit. But really, it is on a ball pack, I think, and a long pack that goes into the neck over here. So you really gotta give it a little bit of a push, and there he goes. So you can go all the way forward and back, and to the side. It even somewhat disconnects from his shoulder. So that's actually fantastic. The entire torso is soft plastic, so that will bend and will not get into the way of your articulation. So neck articulation, head articulation is pretty darn good. Then we got the shoulders, which are on long pegs. So you can rotate it around, you have this piece covering it up, but actually the gi is covering it up, so that's not a problem. Can rotate it around, can bring it back and forth, and it does go up. Well, there it goes off. There you can see, there's the pack, the ball, and the hinge to bring it up. So let me just show it like that without having it disconnect all the time. You can bring up the hinge, not quite 45 degrees as you can tell. Then you have the bicep swivel over here, have a double hinged elbow, which does not go up all the way because of the big muscles once again, and this just leaves a lot of room over here. That's like one thing. I think if you take this off, the ball pack's exposed. Okay, that's a problem. But you have a big ball pack over there. Bring that back and forth, rotate it around, and as you can tell, the soft plastic is moving away for your articulation, and it does give some good poses. It does leave some gaps overall. It will look a little bit weird to me like that. It's not a huge issue though. Now for the chest articulation, once again, the soft plastic torso comes in handy as it can bring him all the way forward. Like, everything bends away with that. Just, it has so much soft plastic. Nothing blocks, nothing hinders your movement. That's pretty good. Doesn't go back as far. You have to really give it a little bit of a push though. It does go back nicely though. And can bring it to the side, left and right. It would really be easier if I didn't have the gi in the way. As for his belt, I told you earlier it's only packed in, so you can rotate it around. It's not on a ball joint or anything. Nothing fancy. I mean, it's just a belt. Just you can decide which way the wind comes from and move it that way. So there you go. Down at the crotch piece, you can bring it back and forth. Can bring it side to side, and it does make a not a good noise. So I'm just gonna let that be. Legs go up 45 degrees. They go out to the side. Give it once again. He's a little bit stiff. I need to give it a little bit of a loft tap, a good push. 45 degrees out to the side, and then it goes back. It's a little bit blocked. The entire crotch piece over here. It is soft plastic, but as you can tell, it is really bending over here. So it's still blocking a little bit. Then you have the double hinge knees. Those look pretty decent. I like the mold. I like that. Even like the paint job continues here flawlessly. And we have the foot on a what seems to be a ball hinge, which is hidden in there. Yeah, there you go. There you see it. You can bring it forward, back, side to side, all the way, and you have a toe hinge, and that's your articulation. Now for the accessories, starting it off with the standard stuff. We have two more faces, and I just love this maniacal, evil smile like Satan himself. That's so good. And then of course you got a yelling face, because for fighting games you gotta have yelling faces. You got two chop hands, they're all completely soft plastic, bendable. You got two grabbing hands, booby grab hands, those are really booby grab hands. And some, still kind of grabbing hands, but it's all for like karate poses and whatnot. I mean, it's a fighting game. Then we have this wind effect is when he punches. I mean, Tekken is a lot about effects, sparkly effects. You have this kind of effect with you have the big fist. And you have the lightning effect for his iron fist. It's not a lightning fist, it's still an iron fist, but you have the lightning attack. It's all in the game, guys, you know, that's it. Oh, and you also get Heihachi's temple in the box as a backdrop. You can pull that out and still use it if you want to. It does not have the highest quality, and I can't not really get it out right now. But it is there. Like I'm saying, like visually, it doesn't seem to have the greatest fidelity. It looks kind of weird. Not 720p. It's kind of like 480 or something like that. But you know, if you want to use it, you can. And a little showdown between Heihachi and Akuma. Why Akuma? Because he's actually in the game. He's in Tekken 7. He is in the lore now, guys. This is part of it. This is the lore. And Storm Collectibles will expand the lore by giving us a lot more characters and having cool crossovers like this. That's one of the best things about Storm. But what I want to show you is really like the bulkiness. I think Heihachi is even bigger than Akuma. I mean, they might be on the same side. And in terms of, you know, the arms, Akuma seems to be a little bit bigger even for arms, and overall the chests going on. And Akuma of course has the lion hair, but Yeah, there's a lot more painted detail in the gi. It's gonna bring me to the final thoughts. What do I think about this guy? He's fantastic. I don't think that there's not a single bad thing about this figure. It's a stunning debut for the Tekken 7 line. As I told you, the texturing in the entire gi is fantastic. The paint job looks great, looks nice. You have the lion, well, the tiger in the back. It's still good. I'm not really complaining. And the hair, the face, the maniacal laughter, and some of the energy effects. It's great. The only thing, there's one thing I'm not a huge fan of, is that they made his taped wristbands soft plastic. I would have just preferred that to be molded on, because as you can tell, as soon as you move it up, you have a bit of a gap. It's definitely nitpicking. I'm not being like, oh, that's a deal breaker. No. There's no deal breakers here. This figure is amazing. I recommend this figure. Go out and buy this figure. And I look forward to more Tekken 7 from Storm Collectibles. And that's gonna do it, guys. As usual, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this review, hit it up with a like and subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for more figure reviews, gameplay stuff, and whatever Heihachi wants.